the opening lap.
The opening lap for the Legend cars. One of the loudest at the speed goal into the Russ Holly start box. A flick of the wrist from Mike Halberg, and we're off to the races. It's Ethan Dion with the jump. Rolling into turn one, through turn two, down the backstretch, breaking away from the field. It's Ethan Dion.
And then there was a scramble behind Dion on the inside. That looks to be the 99 of Shalosky as she come back across the line. She's being attacked on the outside by Brody Wakefield. Wakefield has grabbed the center. We have a car flipping its right down the front straightaway.
Our way, we are under the Beamer sign, under the scoreboard, into turn three and into the infamous Ross Holly start box. Flick of the wrist from Mike Halberg. One lap in. Ethan Dion takes the lead. Brody Wakefield in second. Melania Shalosky in third. They are side-by-side duels all the way down.
But Riley Paul on the move. He's moved into that third spot. Right behind him, once they come off the turn, we get a better look. That looks to be, it is Rowdy Burns. So Burns, it's not taking him too long to march his way up to the third spot down the backstretch.
Rowdy Burns in the 13. Making his way around the track. Jacob Burns in third now. Riley Paul in second. It's Burns and Paul side by side for second.
And now we have a caution out. Looks like we have a couple, at least one car I see, up in the turn one area. And ready for microphone duty, here's Logan Moons.
I hope we have popcorn for the start into the Russ Holly start box. Flick of the wrist from Mike Halberg. Who will get the lead on this one? It's Ethan Dion to push to the lead. Riley Paul
goes to the outside and gets the lead down the backstretch. Following in his vortex, it is the 13 of Jacob Burns on the move. Dropping back is Dion. He may have another car getting ready to go by. That's the 04, Brody Wakefield.
The 04, Brody Wakefield, making his way up through the field. Riley Paul is the leader right in front of Brody Wakefield. In second, but coming up onto his side, looks like Jacob Rowdy Burns.
Well, Burns to the inside, Wakefield to the outside. And this can be the best one. We have another yellow, Riley Paul.
Do you want to start it, Dave?
We'll go. I'll try to bring this one. Maybe I'll just better luck. So Riley Paul will bring him off turn number 4. Green flag back out on the surface. He'll try to leave Brody Wakefield in the dust. And we have problems right off the start once again.
Marching our way into turn 3, into the Ross Holly restart zone, out of it, and a flick of the wrist from Mike Halberg. Riley Paul gets the lead, but following right in his path, it's Jacob Rowdy Burns.
So Burns on the move, has made his way up to second. We've seen these two battle before, Riley Paul and Jacob Rowdy Burns. They scamper across the line to get us to lap number 19. Then it is Brody Wakefield, Ethan Dion, and Melania Shalosky make up the top 5.
Side by side for the lead, it's Rowdy Burns and Riley Paul. Who will get that nose in there? It's Rowdy Burns who gets it in there, and he gets the lead. 18 laps to go now. Will Riley Paul try and get the crossover? He's up on the outside. He moves down low. He's moving up and down, stepping in and out of line. Will he try and get that pass back? 17 laps to go across the line.
Well, Riley Paul falls off the pace just a little bit. Maybe going to try to save some of that car for a late race run at Rowdy Burns. But you don't want to let Burns get too far away. He will make it tougher and tougher, and out comes another yellow as we have a car around in turn number 2. Are you get ready? Rowdy Burns leads him into the Russ Holly restart box. The field tightens up. Green back out onto the asphalt. We're underway. Burns leads the Bumblebees down through turns 1 and 2. Stepping out of the line a little bit further back is Richie Helger. That is a battle for 4th and 5th. Helger swoops his way underneath the 8 of Dion. He is going to try to catch up to the lead 3.
the lead three up front. It's Jacob Roddy Burns, Riley Paul, and Brody Wakefield. Focusing our attention on the front, Roddy Burns starting to get away from Riley Paul, but can he catch up to him in the corners? And it looks like Riley Paul was able to catch up to Roddy Burns there as they run into turn 2 and down the backstretch. Now turning our attention further back in the field, it's side by side that looks to be...
Well, that's Zach Martinez in there with Richie Helger. They both push Ethan Dion back a spot. They're going to try to tag team up, make that draft work, see if they can get a run back up the first car they're going to try to get up to. In the 04 of Brody Wakefield, as we've had our best run in a long time in this Legends race. Running away at the front, it is Jacob Rowdy Burns as we are at the halfway marker.
Whew. Halfway through this race, across the line. Halfway through the race, Jacob Burns slowly getting away from Riley Paul, but will Paul be able to catch up to Rowdy Burns in those corners? Because it looks like to me, if you agree with me on this, Dave, when they slowly get into the corners, it looks like Riley Paul is able to keep his foot a little bit more into the gas to get up there and get her in there.
Well, we're down to final 10. What I would say, I might agree with you, what little he's able to pick up through the corners, that is where, down the front straightaway and backstretch, Burns has more of the power, and he's able to lengthen that lead out. So Riley Paul may be able to close up in the corners, but coming down the front straightaway, it is Burns who's able to get the drive off the turn and pull that lead a little bit further out.
Yeah, it's like an accordion sometimes with some of these leads. They kind of bounce back and forth. And it looks like we have a battle for fourth between Richie Helger and Zach Martinez back at it. Will Zach Martinez be able to get by? And it looks like he is, drop kicking Richie Helger to fifth, while Zach Martinez gets through into fourth. It's Rowdy Burns, Riley Paul, Brody Wakefield, Zach Martinez, and Richie Helger that make up the top 5. And we are finally into single digits. 7 laps to go.
Well, does our leader have an issue? Was that a lap car that he's going to come up on? Yes. Sorry, that is Ayla Martin, who has a silver-looking car, kind of like Rowdy Burns. So Burns maintains that lead over Riley Paul. Last time through, it was 0.4 of a second. Then in third, we have Brody Wakefield in the 04. They're going to be coming up upon Ayla, but Wakefield may be paid a visit very soon in the late stages by Zach Martinez. He's closing in the 14.
It looks like Zach Martinez had the good strategy of saving the car until the later stage of the race as we click down into the final 4. It's Rowdy Burns with the lead. And side by side, I can't tell what that car is.
Well, that's Wakefield on the outside, Martinez on the inside. That is the duel for third. It's won by Martinez going into turn number 1.
Going through turn 1, it's Martinez with third, so he's on the podium now. But can he keep it there for 3 more laps? We come to the popsicle sticks now. So we have 8 turns. 8 turns until this race comes to its end. Now we have 4 turns. Rowdy Burns with a breakaway. Riley Paul in second. Zach Martinez now in third. They roar down the backstretch. Jacob Burns flying through turns 3 and 4. And a double checkered flag from Mike Halberg on the stand. Your field, your winner, Jacob Burns. In second, Riley Paul. In third, Zach Martinez. Those 3 are going to go to victory lane with
there, a fast start, but you marched your way to the front pretty quick.
Yeah, I was starting a little deep today, so a little bit of slow. I was starting up front, so I take it easy. But we got up there pretty quickly. I had a good run. It was playing on the ball. We started helping me out big time. Usually it's East Coast Towing Recovery, RF Motors, Sports Roller, Imperial, Nichols Cola Racing, First Pass Race Cars, and Waterford for the show.